I'm having so many problems, not just with the bill, but with the stuff that's being said up here. I sat and listened 3 different times last year when we were told that serial numbers on guns are not to be used for tracking and will never track somebody. That's not true. Why do you put a serial number on something? Because you intend to track it. Why are we doing merchant codes? Because it's intended to be tracked. And let me say it now so that when this comes up next year, it won't surprise everybody. This will be directly tagged to red flag laws next year, so that now we can use this information somehow because of the urgency of the danger, the imminent danger of this, and it'll be tagged to red flag laws by that time. If we say this is not to track or it's not to put people into categories where we know what weapons they're buying, then why is there a fine if the businesses don't do this properly? Somebody asked this question: if a grocery store accidentally puts tomatoes under shoes, are they going to get a $10,000 fine? Because if this is just an innocuous bill that means nothing, why are we doing this stuff? The reason is because that's not true. It is specifically the intent of this bill to track. It's specifically the intent of this bill to tie a number to a person to a gun. That is the only reason that this would be done. And we want to make sure that we're tracking this. So we're going to fine these groups, these businesses, if they don't do this properly. We're not going to fine King Soopers if they accidentally say that a tomato is a shoe on the credit card bill, but we're going to fine these businesses $10,000. This is the same thing that we've been seeing these last few years. These are all intended to track people, to take away your Second Amendment rights. Anything that is not that, just read the bill. This is designed to make sure we know who has guns. Why? Because someday we're going to take them. That's the only reason we're going to put a number to a gun. If you never have intention of ever knowing who has the gun, and then you say, well, that's because they committed a crime. No, you're taking the numbers of everybody. If there's no reason, then why put a number to it? Why put a serial number to it? Why track anything? This is not so that groups can market. We know that because there is a fine. If this was marketing ability so that Facebook can recommend the next gun of your choice, you can't even put that on Facebook. That's not the point here. The point is we want to know who's buying the guns, we want to know where they're buying them, and we want to know any opportunity we can slide in there to try to shut down a gun shop or to hurt somebody else in the process. I've been to many gun stores in the last week and a half talking about these bills. They call me, and I come a-running because I'm going to explain to them. Last session, we went after gun owners. This session, we're going after gun businesses. That's exactly what this is to hurt the businesses and to shut this down. Now, the way that the person out there is going to get around this is they're just going to do this with cash. You've accomplished nothing. They're going to purchase all this stuff with cash so that you can't track any of this stuff. In fact, I had somebody that's very close to me yesterday when we picked up her new gun that told me we will always buy cash from now on. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but she's my wife. So I told her, you're right, we're going to pay cash because the only reason for this is to try to figure out who you are and what gun you're buying and where you bought it. That is not constitutional. That's not okay in this country, and we're going to continue to fight against this stuff. No matter what is come up here and said, oh, this isn't about tracking. I don't believe any of that stuff. Read the bill. $10,000 fine, just because it's an innocuous, nothing bill that we're not going to do anything with this. $10,000 fine? That means all that we've heard is not true. Read the bill. This is to find you, to find the guns that you bought and close down gun shops and eventually come get your guns. That is the only reason that these kind of bills have been coming through this House. And I've been hearing this, oh, we're not tracking, we're not tracking, we're not tracking. Then stop these bills because they are tracking. That's the only reason they exist. This is against the Constitution and should be voted no loudly from every single person that actually believes in the Constitution.